we have on the line with us right now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have my dear friend, Joe Fraga, Executive Director of the New York Cosmos, on the line with us. Joe, how are you, brother?
Morning, Charlie. How are you? Good morning, Giorgio.
Good morning, Joe. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Joe, I understand that you don't have a Sirius or XM radio, and I would advise you to get one now, damn it. Okay?
We'll work on that.
Because if you saw the newspapers today and all the Internet, you saw Sir Alex Ferguson and David Gill on our show made all the headlines. And now, hopefully, if you say something controversial, you can make the headlines too tomorrow.
Come on, big shoes to fill there.
Yeah,
it is. To be put in the same radio shows, the two of them.
Yeah, it is, and I respect that. Joe, we want to make an announcement today. Do you want to make the announcement? It'd be great. Our dear friend Giorgio's involved with you guys. Please talk to us.
Oh, well, I'm honored to be the one on behalf of the whole New York Cosmos organization to welcome Giorgio Chinaglia on board with the Cosmos as our international ambassador.
That is outstanding. Outstanding. Giorgio Chinaglia, the international ambassador for the New York Cosmos.
Well,
Come on, a round of applause, something. Jeremiah, give us something here on the thing, huh? I can't believe it. Jeremiah, drum roll, anything, Jeremiah? Jesus. Okay.
No, we're just proud. I mean, it's, the relaunch of the New York Cosmos has been an amazing journey for everyone who's been working here and everyone who's been a part of it for the past year or so. And obviously, Giorgio, it's synonymous with New York Cosmos. You can't have New York Cosmos without Giorgio Chinaglia, so we're all very, very happy and excited for him to be part of the process and moving forward, a big, big part of our future plans. And personally, for me, it's a dream come true as well. I mean, watched you growing up.
Right.
Got to work with you at Champions World, and now I'm here again working with you. And obviously, Chaz, working with you at Champions World was a great time as well. But, there's unbelievable opportunity with Giorgio on board, and we're looking forward to moving ahead.
Joe, I saw that Teddy Bernke has left an interview to the record. He said that they have the fundings for a new stadium. That's unbelievable. Investment target, and which is good. Yeah,
well, we've come a long way. It's I know in the last since our announcement August 1st, one of the things or one of the challenges that I have is to balance the timing. I mean, you have a lot of people out there saying, okay, well, you may only be a logo, or you might be just a marketing play, or you might be just this, that, or the other thing. And unfortunately or fortunately for us, a lot of this is driven by timing of different areas of the business. Obviously, stadium being one function of it, marketing being another function of it. But now that we're out, and I think a lot more people are paying attention, I think people are getting the gist of what we're really about. And since we're growing from the bottom up, we definitely have a vision and a plan, and the fact that we have two youth academies, I know you just discussed academies a couple callers ago. One of our main components and the key to our future success is the development of the players that you were discussing, and having two academies, one in Los Angeles and run by Teddy Chronopoulos, and then of course here
my friend
in
Teddy.
Yep,
my friend Teddy.
Giovanni Savarese. You made mention about
another great one.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. We're so happy. The two of those guys are probably the two best, at least for our needs, are the two best people you can have as directors for academies. And speaking to your point, Charlie, about parents and all that. I mean, everyone has a part and wants to be a part of it, and it's an important thing that there's that excitement.
Without question,
interest.
It's important.
But as you well know, it takes. If you want to find the next 13-year-old Johan Cruyff, it takes that person like Gio or Teddy or Terry Byrne, who's the director of our soccer operation, to make sure that the proper systems are in place and the proper training and just mentality and attitude of the player. It's not only just about being able to, juggle a ball or dribble a ball. There's a whole other component behind that that we're going to start implementing with our academies.
Well, as Giorgio, when Giorgio is training with my girls, all he does is shoot, no matter what happens.
No, I think, with Giovanni Savarese, which we all know very well, I mean, that's a great choice. He's doing very well.
Teddy Chronopoulos is a good man, too, George.
Yeah, Teddy.
So, these guys can teach kids. There's no question. They were good in their days. They played football. They played at the high level. Giovanni has been around Italy, been at Metro Stars with you, Charlie. So, these players, that's what we need in the U.S. And I think the Cosmos are going about it the right way, one step at a time, one stone at a time, and that is the good thing. And on Saturday they had also a happy birthday. Papele was his 70th birthday, Charlie. So
wow, 70 already?
70, yeah. We had a big celebration at in Times Square.
Let me ask you a question, Joe, because I know that I'm just a little man here, and this is just my bitterness that's coming out right now. And why am I not invited to birthday parties? Why am I not, invited to hold Giorgio's bags, carry his bags, do something? You know what I mean?
Oh,
listen,
man.
Joe, all kidding aside, let's talk a little bit about the Cosmos itself. I mean, Paul Kelmsley, an entrepreneur, former Tottenham Hotspurs director, good man. I love his company. You guys called me the other day, and it was wonderful to hear from you guys. And Paul is a very, very creative, bright person, and he has a vision for the Cosmos. And what is it? What's the ultimate goal of the Cosmos? Is it to have a team, to resurrect a team again in MLS this time? Is it, is it, for lack of a better word, to create a lifestyle brand around the Cosmos? What's the ultimate goal for the Cosmos?
Well, I think we've made it quite clear from the beginning. I mean, even the day of our launch, we said that ultimately we want our team to be playing at the highest level of the sport in this country, which is Major League Soccer. And as you know, there have been discussions. PK has already been in touch with the league, has had several meetings with Commissioner Garber and others, as well as Terry Byrne. And I think that, if you take our big plan, there's several phases, and the completed plan would be having a team playing at MLS, with everything beneath it, having built up to that point. Just like, I know we make the comparison to European ball with, the feeder system and the youth, so that's our vision. I mean, we're trying to build this from the bottom up. So yes, our ultimate goal is a team in the league, and hopefully, that decision will be made by others about whether we're the 20th or not. But I think that would be a huge, for us, obviously, that'd be tremendous, and I think for the sport itself, and even for the city to have a rival in the city, a rivaling team would just be incredible.
Well, I would think that Red Bull would want that.
Yeah,
would encourage that.
I've heard. I haven't spoken to anyone there about it, but I've heard. There have been quotes in the paper that they would be willing to have another team there to create the ambiance and the rivalry, and that's just going to better the sport. I think. As far you mentioned lifestyle play, I think that there's so many moving parts to our plan, and we're very fortunate. We have a team, we have an amazing history and a legacy. So unlike some of the other teams in the league, we can fall back on that and take that and try to use that to bridge a gap, have the history, and bring it to the present. And one of the things that we try very hard to do is obviously respect the history and the legacy of the Cosmos. We know that that was a perfect storm back in the 70s and 80s. It was just a time period as well, a lifestyle period there that we can't replicate. So what we try to do is
because there's only one Chinaglia.
Yeah,
that's why.
Well, Paul Kelmsley says once in a lifetime. Now it's twice in a lifetime.
Yeah, well, I think that again, we're fortunate enough that we had somewhat of a blueprint that we can follow. And I think that every day and every deal we get into and every partnership we make, one of the challenges is to make the Cosmos relevant. I mean, next year will be the 40th year, started in '71. So there's been a tremendous gap between the playing time. So if you're 35 years or so and older, and you were part of that, you have very fond memories of what it was, and it's a very hard thing. I mean. That's something that we really try very hard not to ruin. The memory of the Cosmos is very strong for those who are part of it, But the challenge we have now is a whole generation of kids that, unless their parents were part of that, we need to try to make the Cosmos, and we will make the Cosmos relevant and part of the DNA and the fabric of New York City. So you do have, and we do have, marketing, a strong marketing component to this, because that's the way we need to get back into the city, back into the minds of the children. I mean, it's a different time. I remember back, when we were going to Cosmos games, it was either pick up the Record or the Times or whatever, and see the line score from that game. But you never got anything from Europe. Everything you got was like a week later.
Yeah,
now kids are on the internet, watching the games live. So it's a different world, and so now we have the social media component, we have the marketing component, we'll have the retail. So all those parts that are moving right now in parallel, at some point will all collide, and our plan and vision will be in place.
I was speaking to Charlie Polkams and Terry Byrne. They have great visions. I have to be honest with you. They have good things ahead. There'll be big surprises coming soon.
Oh yeah. This isn't. Look, I could see when I speak to some of the people that aren't, that write daily blogs and everything, that there's a frustration because they feel like they're missing this secret or something that we have. But the reality is, there's no secret. We've always said that we want to be a team, and to get to that point, we need to take certain steps. There'll be phases. Like, can I tell you right now that phase 1 is going to end, December 1st, and phase 2 is going to start? No, everything is going to happen the way we have it planned out. And PK and Terry and the rest of the organization, I mean, we're all on the same page, and we're moving forward. And it's, development of the actual player, the soccer player, is a huge component. Community CSR, corporate social responsibility, is an area that we're working on now. Community, I mean, we now own Copa NYC, which for the past 2 years has become the largest amateur community tournament in New York City, and we'll be a part of that starting next year. And it's just those things that are soccer related. And then for us, we're fortunate. We do have a pop culture component to our team that we can go back to the till for, or we can create a new one. And but I think at the end of the day, it's becoming the 20th team would be our best case scenario, and we're preparing ourselves for that. We're ready in many respects.
Joe, this has been absolutely enlightening, Joe. You got the right guy in Giorgio. What a legacy. Pele, Beckenbauer, Carlos Alberto, Bogicevic, and Joe, I'm just glad that you're one of the guys here helping steer the ship, because it's going to be exciting times. And I, for one, hope that there's a great rivalry here in the New York area between the Red Bull and the New York Cosmos. Couldn't be better than that. Talk about two huge names in soccer,
Cosmos is number one. Cosmos is number one.
See, there's the international ambassador. I hope you're paying him well, because it's going to be worth every penny for you guys.
It's still, believe it or not, after so many years, it's still a brand. I mean, everybody remembers the Cosmos. You go to Europe, you go around the world, the Cosmos, oh yeah. A guy stopped me at the Red Bull Arena when I was there 6 months ago, and he's from India. He says, there's a restaurant in Bombay. He has your big picture there and Pele in there. I said, that's 40 years later? It's unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah,
it just shows you that the restaurant's got to change the decor at some point. But listen, I think it's wonderful. Joe, we're going to have you back on many times.
Anytime.
Really a pleasure. Joe Fraga, Executive Director of the New York Cosmos.
I'm Giorgio Chinaglia, International Ambassador of the Cosmos.
Yes.
I'm so proud of that.
But, George, you're here every day, George, okay? I'm trying to say who's on now with us, all right? Jesus.
Giorgio.
I got to tell you. Joe, you have to understand, I'm still a little bitter, because when Giorgio had the chance to draft me All-American, Princeton University, he decided to go with Darryl G. from Maryland. So there is a problem here that'll
we're
never...
up that can of worms again?
Yes, okay? So you've opened up that wound, that horrible wound that I have here now. But no, all kidding aside, Joe, good luck to you, and we'll have you on many times. And ask Paul if he wants to come on, because I'm sure he'll be an entertaining interview, too.
Oh, yeah, no, PK is awesome. And,
all right.
We're here whenever you want. We're here, so.
Trust me, my friend. We'll be talking to you a lot a lot from now
Wonderful.
on. All right.
Well, thank you very much for having me on, and Giorgio.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Be happier